Yes, this is a third video on the Master Rainy channel about accents, and this time, this will be tips on the Australian accent. I'm going to point out some sounds in the Australian accent and tell how they differ from the American accent. I'm going to compare my Yankee talk and my Aussie talk and see how they differ right after I do some demonstration. I'm going to start with the long A sounds, and they sound a bit like I. So I would do some demonstrating like, no way, mate. No way, mate. Now don't go too far on the A sound by saying, it's too late, mate. That sounds like bullshit. It's too late, mate. So I'm going to demonstrate a sentence with the long A sound in the Australian accent. I'd say the state is this way, mate. I'd say the state is this way, mate. Now time to compare. I'd say the state is this way, mate. I'd say the state is this way, mate. Now the next sound is the long I sound, and it sounds more like oi. So, oi like that, mate. Oi like that, mate. With some more examples like, right, fine. Hear the word right, R-I-G-H-T, pronounced as right, right. The T sound disappeared. It's commonly said like that in Australia. And I would demonstrate a sentence like, alright, mate? Hear that? You don't hear the T sound of the word R-I-G-H-T. Now I'm going to demonstrate a sentence with the long I sound. I like it my way, mate. I like it my way, mate. Now I'm going to compare. I like it my way, mate. I like it my way, mate. Now I'm going to talk about the long O sound. It also sounds like oi, like so close. But don't go too far on the O sound, like going soy close. That sounds like some ridiculous bullshit. It's soy close. Now listen to my comparison. That is so close. That is so close. And now onto the short A sounds. They sound more like the short E sounds. So I'm going to demonstrate. I am catching that rat. I am catching that rat. Now I'm going to compare. I am catching that rat. I am catching that rat. And now for the long E sound. It sounds a bit like a long A sound. But don't go too far like teaching or page. That sounds ridiculous. It's teach, page. All that. Now I'm going to demonstrate a sentence. I'll have you clean your seat. I'll have you clean your seat. Now allow me to compare the accents by saying the sentence. I'll have you clean your seat. I'll have you clean your seat. Now notice all the differences in between the American accent and the Australian accent? Well, tell you this. The word mate is used a lot. It means friend for sure, but mate is commonly used in Australia. And I have pointed out some specific sounds that tell how the Australian accent differs from the American accent. Well, later bitches, stay tuned for the 30th video on the Master Rainy channel that'll eventually release on screen. If you enjoyed this video so much, you could check out my 19th video and my 24th video. You could check out the 19th video to see tips on the American accent and the 24th video on tips of the British accent. See you all later and goodbye, mates. Master Rainy is officially signing off.